Okay guys, very quick update with Bitcoin. I just want to give you key levels to pay attention to. We do have some downside. We're looking at having some possible downside. In the last video I told you to pay attention to this curve. This could be a potential top. I'm not saying we can't come back up and test it, but it looked like a likely point to drop. That was this video here. It was 9 days ago. I did put up a video after this one saying that depending on what happened with the tariffs and some things to pay attention to the markets, we could see the markets push up. The markets actually did push up a bit, but Bitcoin did drop from our key resistance. I'll link this video now if you want to check it out. The next video I'll put up, I will get more detailed macro. But I just want to show you your current levels and where we potentially could be headed for right now. As you can see, this is that curve in that previous video right here. And you can see we got a perfect rejection at that point. We are testing a key support level now. I just want to look, this is on the weekly, these weekly candles. This right here is going to be a key level. We can wick below it. This is right at 101, let's just say 102,000. I think it's very likely. We're probably going to drop below that just a tad. If we do push back up, that resistance level for that curve on log scale is around, let's say, 113,000. I'm gonna give you some other levels as well, the hourly and the daily. So guys, if you can get to leverage trading CoinCatch, it's great options. No KYC, no VPN. If you want to sign up, this is the events page. I have a link up to it now. They have multiple specials or bonuses. If you deposit $1,000 USDT, you can receive $5,000 back to trade with. That means you could do $6,000 margins, 30 slots every 7 days. They have other tiers as well. You deposit $500, you get $1,250 back, so that's $1,750 margin you trade with. That's 300 slots every 7 days. If you want to sign up under my, you can also get access to my charts in Discord. Just email me after you use or receive your bonus. If you use my affiliate link, I will put a link up to that now. Guys, if you learn how to trade on CoinCatch, I created this video from beginning to end, show you how to create your account, how to set up your account, and how to use all the tools I use to trade with. I'll put this video now if you want to learn how to trade on CoinCatch. And again, guys, if you want to sign up to get access to these live charts, Bitcoin charts, Discord, altcoin charts, all that, the website's opticrypto.com. That link's pinned in the first comment description. I'll link up to it now. Make sure you email me to the contact page if you want access to Discord. As I said, the next video, I'm going to cover some more macro indicators, including a lot of things that are hinting to, and I'll get to that chart in a minute and go into detail a little bit. But first of all, around 101,000 to 100,000 is what you're paying attention to. If we do break this support, again, if you've been following me for a while, you know about this yellow, orange, and red trend line. So the macro trend line goes beginning of Bitcoin. So we are at a support level now. If that breaks, your next support level to pay attention to is going to be around 94,000. I think our major support will be just above that, but that could be a target. But right now, do pay attention to this current level right now. We're at 101,500. But do pay attention to that. Again, this is on the weekly. You can see how the MACD is starting to curl over. You can see it's starting to get lighter green. You can see we already got a cross on the RSI. So again, that does look bearish, and we got rejected at the top Bollinger Band on the weekly. We still have the central Bollinger Band around 94K, and the bottom Bollinger Band is sitting around 75K. This is the hourly chart, and you can see we pushed up, got a rejection around 105,456. So your current resistance right now to pay attention to on the hourly is around 103. See 103,700. You can see why that is the case. You can see this has been a lot of support and resistance, and actually goes back further than that. If I can get my mouse on this. You can see how much resistance it was here, here, here. It was a support through here. So while they give up, there's a lot of wicks to kind of confuse traders. Well, we broke a key support level. Your next support level, and this is what I mentioned in Discord, your next support level is going to be around 100,000 to 102,000. Make this bigger so you can see it. So just keep in mind on the hourly, these are the current levels you are paying attention to. Now, if we do break 100,000, like I said, I'll show you why we can go lower, and I'll give you the targets on the daily as well. Forgive me, guys, my phone's beeping. So as I posted in Discord, your current resistance was the center Bollinger Band on the daily. And the last video, I told you to pay attention to this target right up here. If it became resistance, this fib line right here. Your current support levels now are going to be, like I said, this is that yellow line I was just talking about on this chart here, this yellow line. So you can see we're testing it. That's right. We're right at this. Is a daily, by the way. We're right at that bottom Bollinger Band. So that next support level is 101,250 down to 100,100. And I mentioned this in the last video. In the video before that, we have this trend line that was resistance that will also flip as support. So As long as we hold above 101,250, 100,100, be bullish, guys. As long as that holds, we could push up from there. However, if that does break, now do keep in mind, it depends when. If we drop sooner, we're going to hit these support levels, which we could get a bounce. If it's out later, well, we still have the support trend line, but a daily open below 100,000 would be bearish in my opinion if that happens later on. But we're coming up to very strong support. This might be a point you want to go long. Just remember your current resistance level is going to be right up here around. This is your most critical resistance, and keep in mind, not only do you have a fib channel line that has been support and resistance, now you have that central Bollinger Band on the daily coming down to that point. So that's going to be a lot of resistance if we push up to 106. But again, if we break 101,250 to 99, let's say 100,000, next key support level is going to be down around 97,000 on this chart. And this is where it gets interesting. So it's possible we could be in a pattern, which would be a head and shoulders that we've already broken down from. Now this is kind of hard to nail down, but you can see that this looks like this is pretty much a neckline of sorts. You can try to match up the wicks. And if that is the case, and you go from the top to the neckline, wherever that might be, and you bring this down, right, from where we broke down from, that could take you to potentially 95,000. That is the next support level I have on this chart. Again, around 95,000, and the other chart showed possible target could be 94,000. I do have the names of the charts on here. Actually, I don't have the name on this chart. I do apologize. I think it's called macro top or bottom or something like that. But I just want to show you why that's an important level. You can see right back here, this was a lot of support and resistance, support, resistance, a lot of support. So that does look like a target to watch. Again, if this is head and shoulders, you can bring that neckline down, but it does look like, even if the bottom or if the target's a little lower or higher, just because this is a key level around 95,000, that looks like a likely target. Your next strongest support level below to pay attention to is going to be around 89,285. I'm not saying that's going to happen. We first got to find out if we're breaking down from head and shoulders, but 95K does look like an ideal point to go long. A nice scalp long entry just above will be 98,757. And again, you can see that that does kind of match up. Keep in mind, this is only daily, okay? So 94,000, but again, 101,249 to 100,000, ideal point to chance a long, okay? If we push back up, hold your long, we'll see what happens. If we get below that point, then this head and shoulders is playing out, and likely we're headed to 95,000 because that would be the target. Again, this is your left shoulder, this is your head, and this is your right shoulder. And to measure the distance, you go from the head to the neckline, and that is how you get your target. So again, 95K would be the projected target for this head and shoulders, if that's what it is. Now, this is what I'm going to cover in the next video, along with some other things. I don't know if you guys heard about the yen carry trade, about the bond market, a lot of things going on with Japan and China, and there's just a lot of things I would like to cover overall just about the market. Let me put this on line drawing so you can just see this a little better. Now, again, these are weekly candles, so this can take some time to play out, and I know this looks a little confusing. Even when I created this chart, I kind of confused myself a little bit, but trust me, there's a method to my madness. I just want to point out the most important things are these red rings right here and our resistance level. I think it's very possible we could just move sideways and then go down, or we could get one last hurrah. We could get a pump. That's what happened here. You see, we pushed above this orange ring. We pushed above the red ring, got a little pump, hit resistance, and then rode down this ring. I think it's very likely within the coming months, again, since these are weekly candles, we're talking about maybe, I don't know, a month, 2 months away, we could get one more push up. We could get some kind of news that's bullish and markets push up. Maybe that's when Bitcoin hits that linear chart, which I will show in the next video. I did cover that 2 videos back and in the last video, I think. We could get one last pump to bring us up to that resistance once we're above this yellow ring. But at that point, I'm expecting all markets to have some downside. So again, if you're invested in NVIDIA, or hopefully you already got out of Tesla, but any of these big cap stocks, as well as smaller stocks, I'm expecting them to come down. And of course, in my opinion, Bitcoin will follow the markets. And keep in mind, guys, now this is something I'll cover in the next video. I'd have to go to a more macro chart here. You have to keep in mind, guys, back when COVID happened, and you see right here, let me get rid of this Bollinger Band. So we all know these charts so well. So right here is where COVID happened, right? Well, if you take note, we were already dropping. We were up around, what, we were around $13,252. Bitcoin had already topped out and started coming down, right? And its price dropped all the way down to 6,400. We started pushing back up. People got really bullish. We got up around 10,000, and then we just crashed all the way back down to 3K. Well, close to 4K. So my point is sometimes Bitcoin can be a leading indicator of what's going to happen with the markets. So again, I will cover the more macro scenarios in the next video. I just want to make sure you have your key levels to pay attention to now. So if this is head and shoulders, likely 95K would be a point too long. That's not saying you can't catch a nice scalp from 98,757. You can see that this line has been a lot of support and resistance, so that'd be a great point to do a scalp long entry. But I think overall, if that head and shoulders plays out, your target would be here. And let me go back and just make sure you have it. So pay attention. Your current support, if this does not play out as a head and shoulders or it's a fake out, well, the point you want to go long is around 101,250 to 100,100. If that does not hold, then it's likely we're headed down to test 95 to 94K because that head and shoulders would play out. After that, guys, again, I'll put up a video soon and we will cover more of the macro, what I'm expecting over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months. But I do expect some big moves coming soon. And again, this is a global economy, guys. There's a lot of factors and a lot of indicators pointing to downside. Now, that we could get a pump, something could come up in the news, and boom, up we go. But again, that linear scale chart that I will show in the next video, or go back and watch previous video, I think that would be the absolute top if we got above this this curve that, as I showed you, encompasses every single peak. Again, going back since 2011. Peak, peak, peak. We got a lot of taps through here. We got another peak here, and we tapped it here, and we got rejected again right here. So again, if we cannot get above that, well, we're probably going to go sideways and down. If we did get above that, that's where that linear chart would come in, and I will cover that in the next video. But just keep in mind, guys, there is a lot of confluence. As I said, we could get a nice little long from 97.5 to 98. But again, a lot of confluence around 94,000, 95,000 if we continue down, and you have your resistance levels above. And if we did get some pump, guys, if some crazy news came out, just remember we have a lot of resistance now around 106. You have again, as I said, you have the central Bollinger Band on the daily, and you have this key resistance level. When we get a daily open below, that was your key to go short. And you can see even on the daily, the MACD is looking pretty damn bearish, and we just got a cross on the RSI. The RSI is low, but we still got a cross. So again, pay attention to 101,200 to 100,000. As long as that holds, guys, that might be a point to long. Daily opens below that point, then that head and shoulders will likely play out. And I will cover some other charts and go into more detail why I'm expecting a lot of downside for the next couple months. And I have other Dow charts I'll show as well. And again, guys, get into leverage trading. CoinCatch is a great option. No KYC, no VPN. Do check out the events page. All of these links will be pinned in the first comment description if you want to take advantage of these specials. I also have a link there that shows you how to claim your bonus. And guys, do check out this tutorial video. I cover all the tools that I use to protect myself. So even if you're an average trader, this might be a good video to watch. And again, if you can get access to Discord and these live charts, these charts are shareable. You can save them as your own. You can edit them, make changes to them, and just copy and paste or whatnot. So guys, that's it. Till the next video, trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.